Previously on Fantasy Friends. Taking a bit too long to drink and carouse in the basement of the manor, they finally head back up to the first floor after hearing creaking. They encounter the Baron or some sort of look-alike shade. Upon defeating it, they decide to take a few items that don't belong to them while upsetting Lyrei. Where did she go? And what will happen next on Fantasy Friends?
As per the usual, we'll need the entire story summarized once again.
Starting from the beginning. Our friend died. Oh.
All right, so specific stuff.
Did you had to retcon something? Then you can tell us what it is.
Right. Before that, specific stuff. So in the inn, Tristan used your detect magic and found in the trophy room that the long sword that Bendane is holding right now is magical. There's also another magical item in the same trophy case, and at the end near the fireplace, that one was there was something in there that looked like a cloak that was glowing as well. And then I have to retcon something. So when you were in the dining room, so up here, so just north or around the corner from where you're at in the trophy room, Bendane, you used Divine Sense. What I had to double check was the distance. So you could faintly, when you moved, could faintly tell that literally where you're at standing right now, where you were in the dining room, the distance to where you're at right now in the trophy room, above you on the second floor, you could detect faintly something undead.
Oh, yeah.
And then I believe that was it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you pissed off Lyrei. I had to...
Remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I specifically said Bendane and Tristan pissed off Lyrei by breaking up on a weapon case and taking a magical longsword.
And telling her to get over herself. We needed to save everybody.
And I put Lyrei got all moody and left.
This is how it went.
In a way, yes. That is where we're at. What is
Ready to take this party upstairs?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I don't think there's anything else in...
Do we want to grab these last couple of magic items in this room? I mean, we've already stolen one sword. Was the point not taking the cloak and whatever the other magic item was in the trophy case here?
No one's here watching us. Might
exactly.
Well.
This is where our party turns evil.
Well, I mean, while we're taking the magical items, why not just open the drawers, take all the silverware, and, you know...
That's a great idea, actually.
May as well clean the Baron out. I mean, his corpse is still over there.
No, it disappeared.
Oh, it disappeared.
Yeah, it evaporated.
Everybody go ahead and add thief to your second class.
And also add that we are probably going to be diseased because the Baron evaporated and we breathed that in. That can't be good.
Gross, yeah.
While you guys are going through the drawers, Lachlan's just sitting there with his eyebrow raised, just like, oh, gosh.
Well, for the drawer,
I think we'll just take the magic items. We don't need to, clear out the Baron.
Well,
we don't even have bags big enough, probably.
Right.
Well, okay.
Awesome.
Gosh dang, dude. This is my nightmare. All right, so you don't have to break open the trophy case that holds the other item because it's in that trophy case that you already broke, but the other one you haven't checked yet. So, you know, like you haven't checked if it's locked or not. So,
Right, Tristan, head on over. Take what you want.
Let's see. I guess I'll try it. We'll see if we can open it.
Right.
Can we do it? The other trophy cases. Where? Uh-oh.
The one, Bendane is okay.
Oops, sorry. The wrong buttons.
Beep.
Yeah, it's that one.
Alright. Let's crack it open. Is it locked?
It is locked.
Well, I don't have any proficiency in picking locks, and I ain't carrying around thieves' tools either.
Kicking seems to work pretty well.
Well, can I try and pick it with a dagger first?
Sure.
I don't know how well that'll work.
I'll just change the DC in my head, so go ahead.
Great. Is that a sleight of hand check, then?
Yeah.
I'm half proficient. Yay, because I'm a bard.
Oh, yeah. Jack of all trades.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. It's a 12.
You put your dagger in there. You start kind of...
It was worth a try.
Start kind of wiggling it in. It's not really... It just doesn't fit right. You can't get the tumblers the way you want it, and you just kind of...
I have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, you just kind of give up. It's not really it's not really your wheelhouse at this point. You're more of a artistic person, not a thief.
Bendane mimes kicking.
I'm like,
trophy case.
Be my guest.
Like he puts his foot in the hole in the one that he's already kicked open.
I'm like,
several times. There's like back
walk over here.
It's already open.
And kick it.
So you're just breaking glass. You're just breaking more glass.
Well, no, he's kicking his own. I'm like, get over here and break mine.
Yeah, I was just miming, like, putting my foot through, like, the hole that I've already kicked in this one, like...
Oh.
Isn't that easy, bud? Like,
I'm like, that's not my strong suit. That's yours.
I'm like, it's glass. You don't have to be strong to break it. It's glass.
Yeah, but subtlety, I don't know. You break it.
Bending kicks it.
All right, roll a d20 with the strength.
I will laugh so hard if you roll a 1 and bust your leg. Dang.
It's a 15.
And just roll damage, even though all it is glass.
What is like an armor strike, I guess?
If you're kicking it, yeah. Well,
Okay.
You wouldn't roll anything, so it'd just be your strength. It'd just be your strength. 5. Yeah, it just shatters. So all that's in there is
I just want to say that Bendane did not break eye contact with Tristan the whole time that he was kicking it open.
So you shatter the glass. It all falls down. Thankfully, it doesn't get all over the cloak, and you go ahead and just grab the cloak, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, you pull the cloak out, and then let me see.
What does this do?
The items. Where the heck did I put the items? It is a white cloak. Very. It almost looks like a pure white cloud, like a cloud in the sunshine, and along the borders of it, it's got this kind of intricate design in gold that just kind of wraps around the borders of this cloak. And
I was really hoping you were going to say silver. Like I had a silver lining.
Ah, dang. Or cape, I should say. Sorry, it's not a cloak; it's a cape. And then on the opposite side, so the side that would, when you wrap it around yourself, that faces out towards people, you see kind of this intricate design of a sun in the center of it, with half of it kind of, or a crescent cut out of it. So it looks like there's a moon inside of the sun, like a crescent moon inside of the sun. And that is also in gold.
I also want to preface that I am actually sitting in that doorway where I put myself, just keeping the eye out.
Fancy.
Okay. Roll a perception.
No.
Everything seems pretty good.
Oh, hold on.
Hmm?
It would +3, so it's actually like 12.
Everything seems fine.
So it was good before. Now it's fine. Interesting.
It was a shaky good. Everything seems good. And now it's everything seems fine. Did you grab the other item? Magical item.
Yes.
All right. That was a short sword, and that short sword looks kind of like the blade itself doesn't look dull or rusted. It's got kind of like a black, almost like a dark steel to it, and then it's got a small hilt. It barely covers the fingers as you're holding it, and then the wrapping or the cloth that wraps around the handle is very kind of tattered and torn, and it doesn't look like a magic item, but from what your detect magic was, that's what it looks like. It's saying it's magical from what your spell is, but the blade looks, like I said, doesn't look dull or rusted. It actually looks extremely sharp, like beyond sharp.
Okay.
Yeah. So those 3 items that you all pilfered are all the magical items in that area.
I'd like to consider, borrowed. Pilfered is,
We're just holding on to them for now.
yeah.
Might not even take them out of this building. Who knows?
We might eventually give them back to the town.
Mm-hmm.
Might being the key word there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm.
Benden will equip the short sword and the long sword. I think I can do that, right?
You will not be able to
Use a shield.
Well, that and
So I think I have two
weapon
weapon fighting.
No, I think you have great sword fighting or great weapon fighting.
So
I
the
think
way
you have
this
great
will
weapon fighting.
work is if you have 2 swords, you can attack using a bonus action using your offhand weapon. You just won't be able to add your modifier to it.
Yeah, but I thought
do
you
have
couldn't.
Great weapon fighting.
Yeah, you can't add your damage modifier to it either, I believe.
You can roll the damage of the weapon, but you can't add your modifier. Like,
Yeah.
it'll still have the proper to hit and all that, but it just doesn't
I don't
add
think it's
your.
that either. I don't think you get the hit to hit either.
It's just the damage modifier.
I am gonna double check 2 weapon fighting. Light an attack with a light weapon that you're holding in one hand. You can use a bonus action. Well, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. So they both have the light attribute to them.
A longsword is not a light weapon, is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's
You'll need
versatile.
another short
but
sword.
Right, yeah, okay.
You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless that modifier is negative.
I could give you my dagger and trade you for the short sword.
What
Gross.
are you slashing at?
I mean, nothing right now.
No, Lachlan just broke.
No,
something.
I'm not. Oh, give me a break. I'm just playing around. I was trying to. Everybody else has got their D&D Beyond hooked up to Roll20, and I just figured out how to do it.
Okay.
I'm totally listening to everything you're saying.
Or I could take the short sword, since I am probably the better person to make use of it due to being a dex fighter.
Oh, Bendane. So
Bard, I should say.
when you took the short sword and tried to set it up, like equip it, or basically, you hear this whisper in your head going, "Stab, stab, stab."
You mean like another voice in his head that's saying that?
Maybe
Because
you
probably
can
one just like
hang on
all
to
the
that.
time.
So yes, another on top of your own conscience saying stab bad things. This other thing is just saying stab multiple times. Do you still take it, or do you still give it to Tristan?
No, I don't.
You don't know what it said. It's
Yeah, I don't.
whispered.
Yeah, you don't know what it said.
This is.
Yeah, that's meta thinking, bro.
I know.
I would definitely give it to him because
Oh, good.
I wouldn't want to not be able to use it. I mean, this is my whole thinking. If I could use the short sword and the long sword at the same time, then I would keep it. But since I'm kind of locked into either using my gray sword or using the long sword, and Tristan only having a sling or something like that, like a slingshot or whatever,
I do have a dagger, a rapier, and a sling.
I would give it to Tristan.
Okay.
Yeah.
As your hand grasps the handle and the sheath, all of a sudden you hear the same thing: stab, 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 and it's not constant. It's just every once in a while you just hear it repeat those same things.
Bindane, did you hear voices?
Yes.
That can't be good.
I mean, you don't have to listen to it right now, right? You could wait and stab something later.
I adopt the 1,000-yard stare and I slowly raise it up. Maybe we'll just start with you.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
What? He just
I see.
Oh no!
I see him doing this, and all of a sudden I just look over. What the hell are you doing?
Oh yeah, no, that's a 3.
Oh, jeez.
Oh jeez.
You feel compelled to stab.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
I see Tristan stab him, and I just start laughing at it. Isn't that cute?
You know what to do.
Well, hang on. Let me add just a short sword in general.
Cursed short sword.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have no idea what the properties are.
Yeah, so I just have to add. It'll just be a general short sword for the purposes of squirrely.
Of attacking your friend Bendane.
Yeah. Chop. Yeah, it doesn't. The 15's not going to hit you, I imagine.
You are correct.
Yeah, but you would add a +1. So, hint.
16.
No.
Yeah.
Right? You hear a and then you're kind of free of whatever just happened.
Bendane is going to say, look, I know that it was probably the creepy, possessed, cursed dagger that did that, but I'm not forgetting this anytime soon. And he raises his hand. He raises his hand to slap Tristan, and then uses his other hand to, like, pull it down. You know, like, no, not yet.
So he's fighting himself. You're fighting yourself, too. Okay.
Like you said, other voice. There's another voice in his head, which is him.
Yeah.
Should we slap him? Should we slap him, Bendane? Not yet, other Bendane.
Real question is, how many freaking people do we have in this room? Oh, man.
All right.
All right, fellas, are we ready to go upstairs?
Are we? Yes, let's go. I've been waiting at the
do
doorway.
it.
Let's move.
Let's go.
All right.
These stairs?
Yes. I wonder if I can transfer your.
All right, we can just walk.
I'm gonna have to import you guys. Okay.
Just for clarity, Yale.
Yeah.
The crunching noise you heard earlier was the single chip that I brought with me.
The single chip.
Yeah, one single chip that I brought into the room with me specifically to chew it on.
That
Just for
actually
that joke.
feels disappointing because I thought it would be an apple.
No, I don't have any apples, unfortunately.
Goodness.
Probably going to get some tomorrow, though, because now I feel like an apple.
Hmm?
Is the map supposed to be completely black? We just in a black room?
I'm not letting you move until I gotta lock everything in place and whatever.
And Dane lights a torch.
It's not dark. Just give me a second.
It looks
All right.
dark.
I gotta walk away for just a second. Hold on.
Oh, gotta get his dog.
If he's leaving, I'm leaving too. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
I have to grab water.
So just so I have because I'm sure I'll figure out what this thing is in due time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on D&D Beyond? Is it like an actual weapon in the game, or is it something you made up?
Nope, it's something I made up.
Okay. So I will then just go, because I put the +1 bonus on it. I will put in the notes. It is cursed. Does it have a name?
You'll have to identify it.
Which, I mean, it's just me sitting down with it for, like, a short rest. So
yes.
Yeah, when we have a short rest, I'll get the name from you then.
Yeah, it's you're gonna love it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. Let me know if you start getting any like annoying sounds or anything. I just turn my ceiling fan on.
It's mostly from
Like,
it's mostly background noise from Nathan.
oh, well, I didn't mute it as I walked away. My bad.
No, it's usually when you're, I don't know, it's just like random, just before or after you talk.
It's because I probably unmute it. My air conditioner's running.
That's got to be it. All right, fellas, that is what you can see. Actually,
Do you hear any like annoying background noise now while I'm talking or anything?
I hear something, but it's faint.
Okay. I just want to turn a fan on because it's very warm in my room.
So, what you can see as you come up these steps, and it kind of, as you come up the steps, it branches off to the left and to the right. And the black squares would basically be the first floor. So you'd be stepping up these wide steps, and then you can go either left or right, and then come around, and what you see is kind of a nicely designed railing. So if you were trying to push somebody off, you would have to push them like over the railing. So it covers the holes that take you down to the first floor, and then you see kind of it's all hardwood, pretty much all the way through, hardwood floors.
Nice.
Nicely painted walls. It seems like this has sustained better than the village has up to this point, with the exception of the inn, or the tavern, whatever you want to call it. Well, it is an inn. And then on the far side, you see two nicely, they look like they're very cushiony chairs that are facing each other, and there's a table, almost like a breakfast nook. It almost looks like a little breakfast nook with one of the main windows facing the front, just behind it. It's almost like a stained glass look to it. And then behind you on the wall, well, as you come up the steps, there is a huge painting of the Baron and his wife, Lita. And let me double check something. Okay, so Tristan, your detect magic, as long as you have it up, I would say...
It is definitely gone by now.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's gone. So, never mind.
It's been 2 months.
And they can't keep it that going that long.
You sound kind of
It only
distant.
lasts about fix a headset there.
There you go. Yeah, it only lasts 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
it's been more
So,
than
and all the time we wandered around downstairs, fought the Baron,
screwing
all
around
that,
in the trophy room.
it's
Yeah.
definitely gone.
Yep. So, I was going to give you something, I'm giving you nothing. So, that is what you
At
see.
least we know it's up there. No.
Well, I'll relay to these guys that I know there's something in like this. I'm assuming it's this room over here.
Exactly. Okay.
I'll be like, hey guys, be careful. Let's go check that room out first.
Want to check out the one that has the
you.
divine? I got it, boys.
Where are you going?
I'm going to walk all the way up like this. Very edge. Is this an opening or is it a doorway? Is it a doorway or is it a door there?
That is an opening. Are you peeking around the corner?
Okay, so hold on. The Will, I can see Ben Dane is on the other side doing kind of the same thing. So both of us are kind of look around and see what are in these things.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can just do the whole peeking, checking.
Yes. I have dark vision, so.
Sorry, just give me a second. Actually, Ben Dane, I do have to retcon one more thing. Sorry. You did sense... Actually, no. Never mind. No, never mind. Yeah, that's not part of it. Never mind. Alright, I will reveal these. So if you remember, the yellow squares were doorways? Or doors?
There's another door just south of this opening.
It's probably this room then that the whatever else is in the undead thing is in.
Not necessarily.
So if you peek down, you can see it's fairly lit up here, but it's still kind of dim. But if you look down to this door, give me a perception check.
Ooh, me?
Yes, since you are right on the corner.
I think that worked.
Oh well. Okay.
Worked.
So.
Yeah, I see everything.
So this door, when you
What'd you roll? I didn't see it.
22.
Oh, nice.
So this big door here, you don't see any real light coming from it. The same with this one near you. But the furthest door, you seem to see flickering. Now, the gas lighting does kind of flicker, but it's more steady. This one, coming from that door, it almost looks like candlelight, like somebody had lit a candle and it's flickering.
Inside the door or next to it? I guess I misunderstood.
It looks like it might be open and it's coming from the door itself. So like it looks like it's slightly cracked and that there's this kind of flickery glow coming from the room itself. So like at this door you can see kind of flickering coming out a little bit. But since it's only like cracked open. Anybody else? Any perception checks or whatever?
Yeah.
All right then.
Well, I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna say, I think I see the candle down there, the far end. Ben Dane, do you see anything down your hallway?
I see 4 doors.
Excellent. Okay.
Do I see anything else, Yale?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, jeez.
You're just glancing. You gotta try for it. Okay.
Is it 20?
They all look dark. Like, obviously you could be able to see something from the cracks or just kind of getting a more than brief glance. But this is what you notice from all 4 of those doors. You see, like, they're cracked and they look like they have these char marks. Like something, like a fire broke out or something happened possibly inside these rooms.
I relay that to the party.
But there's no light coming from them. But that's what it looks like.
Looks like probably some empty, burned up rooms.
All right. Well, I say we go down the hall here to the light and see what we can find. Go first. Are we in agreement? I'm gonna go to this door right here. I'm gonna put my ear to the door.
This one?
Do I hear anything? Yes. I'm just gonna not touch it. I'm just gonna listen in. I'm gonna put my ear up. Do I hear anything?
Well, give me a perception check.
No. Just tell me.
No.
I'll walk down the hall and do it to the other door. Why not?
And
Foxes have great hearing. He should get a +2 to his roll.
Of course.
well, I got +10 to the door.
There's a 20 for mine for the other door.
Okay. So with a 10, it doesn't seem like there's anything really going on in that room. You don't hear wind like if there was a window open. You don't hear you hear an ominous like growl or burping sound like a
I tried to mute my mic first.
Fire.
You don't hear any whooshing of the wind. You don't hear any footsteps. You just take a quick listen. You have no idea what could be on the other side of that door. Tristan, you hear the sounds of light crying, possibly, like sobbing, and whispers. You don't. It sounds like either somebody's talking to themselves or talking to somebody else, but you don't hear. You
only hear one voice, not more than one voice.
Correct.
I'll motion to the other two, like do the come down the hall, like do the little hand wave.
All right.
As we all cram against the door.
Tristan, take a step back. I'll go through the door first. Problem. I will grab the handle, turn ever small and slightly, the way you walk into a kid's bedroom at night. Make almost no noise. Okay, I have kids. Get over it. And I just creak the door open slowly to see what I see as I slowly open it.
You see the flickering of candlelight, and you see Lyrei. She is on a bed, and she is holding some type of, what looks to be some type of stuffed animal or something, and she is just kind of looking down, and she's reading from her Bible. You don't know exactly what she's saying because it sounds like she's whispering to herself.
I see Lyrei doing this, and I look at the other two who pissed her off earlier and say, "It's Lyrei. You two stay out in the hall. I'm going to go talk to her." So I go up. I ask her.
That's really fast.
I know it was. I'm going to walk at a normal speed. Halfway till I get to her,
Excuse me.
I will be walking up to her saying, basically that. "Excuse me, sweetie. Is everything okay? I know those two pissed you off, but is there anything I can do?"
She's startled at first and sees that since you're not one of the ones that have pissed her off, she closes her Bible and wipes some tears from her eyes. Like it takes her a second, kind of. She almost feels a little embarrassed for you to see her like that, and then she composes herself and finally says, "I just I can't. I just feel trapped and alone. I can't say some things I need to say, and I don't know what's going on with the village, and I'm just really, if somebody here is betraying us, and if I reveal something, I put myself in danger, and I'm just so stressed out by all of this. I don't know what to do."
She says this. I lay my great axe on the. Is it a bed? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's a bed.
Okay. I lay my great axe on the bed, and I immediately just look at her and say, "Listen, whatever you feel you're frightful of, you're scared of, I promise we are going to protect you. Please be honest with us, because we need to know what's going on so we can help."
The truth is, I am the daughter of the Baron. I am Lyrei Aloufre, and I may have made things worse. I put something hidden in here to stop him from getting out into the village, and it was supposed to. I thought it would cleanse everything, but it just seemed to have made things worse.
What did you put in here? Tell me. Not quite understanding. Some kind of magical device?
I prayed upon my mother's silver cross, and I sealed it away inside the house. And I think it stopped him from getting out, but I think just the malice or the darkness that started to corrupt and consume him, it kept on leaking out. I don't know.
You think that might be the cause of the fog throughout the town? Let me ask you this: did it start to happen after you locked it away?
No, it was getting worse outside before that, and he was able to walk around. But then, when I sealed it away, he tried to chase after me, and I was able to get outside, and it was like he couldn't escape. Roll a wisdom check.
Okay, but I do have a question I want to ask. Sure. I can ask before or after. You can roll it after if you want.
What's the question?
I want to ask her is basically, can you tell me at all what has happened to your father? Why is he in this state?
We killed him.
Something was already wrong with him beforehand.
He was great, and he kept a steady head, but he always lingered and was a little bit obsessive about possibly bringing my mother back. But I told him it's just nobody was able to do that was nearby. It would be too late, and that it was better just to let her pass, because then she could leave in peace. She could rest. But he kind of had this thought, so he would study in the library next door and see if there was something. He would always buy books if there was a bookseller that would travel. He didn't want to leave me, so he wouldn't really go to the cities. And then one day somebody came by with a book, and that book, wherever it is it has to be the cause of it, because after he got the book, he started reading it, and it started to change him. He started casting spells that he should not have been able to cast. He started I don't know what it was or who gave it to him, but
is this book called The Darkhold? No, moving on.
I didn't really get a good look at it.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't get a good look at the name, but I could maybe describe the features of it. It had kind of it was bound in sort of like almost like a charred cover, and there was some. It almost kind of had some metal bindings. That's the best I can describe it as.
A charred cover with metal bindings.
Yes.
All right, I rolled that wisdom check.
You thought you saw something when the candle was flickering in the shadows, but you're not sure. It might have been just your imagination.
Okay, I was going to ask, what is the stuff along the walls? Is it just like dressers and...
Yes. To describe
all
it in
stuff.
detail, give me 1 second. So what you see is the bed, and then next to the bed is an end table that is right next to a window, and then she has windows too. So the left side near the bed are more windows, and her bed is very, very kind of the old school design, like Victorian, where it's got the 4 posts that go up, and then there's like a canopy that goes over, but doesn't like fully cover the whole bed.
Does it appear she sleeps here like regularly, or is this like dust everywhere and like just old?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I believe she said that she was staying at the inn. She was trying to help people, and
right.
and at the end, but that's the thing, like every place that you've been, it's either like the minimalist of dust or none whatsoever. It's like this place has been maybe protected or something, and it just kind of like, with the exception of like the damage that has been done to it, it doesn't look like there is anything that is out of place or has been decaying. It looks almost like lived in, very clean for the most part, except for like the dust that you guys are all bringing in. Other than that, she's got dressers.
To be clear,
Tall
Bandane's
dressers.
not bringing in any dust because nothing sticks to his armor.
Fair enough.
Okay. And the rest is just dressers, clothes, things like that?
Yeah, so it's like the low, like 2-3 drawer dressers. They only go up to your waist. There's a mirror that she can look in to kind of get situated. There's a taller dresser. I don't know what the actual names of them are, but a taller dresser.
Wardrobe?
Yeah, wardrobe in the corner.
An armoire.
Yes.
Going to Narnia, boys.
There you go. In the corner, around the corner by the dressers is looks like a walk-in closet that's full of clothes.
So where did I think I saw a shadow?
Over in this direction. So over
That
by the tall dresser. So this is the walk-in closet. These are the kind of waist-high dressers, and it looks like kind of maybe like a little bookcase.
Even with my dark vision, I can't see anything else. I just think I saw something.
You think you saw something possibly move, like the shadows move, like
Okay.
Not like normally, how like a candle will flicker as it is doing. That's on the end table, but this is more like it moved unnaturally. That's the word I'm looking for.
Where is the one last couple questions? One, there's space between the window and the bed. Can I actually move around that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, then where is also the candle?
It says right here on the end table. So the end table
all
has
right.
a little drawer, and it's just sitting right there.
So as I kind of saw that, my first reaction is to just look at her. I'm going to pick up my great axe, and I'm going to cycle back through here very slowly, always keeping my eye on that corner. I'm slowly going to just look in that corner continually, but I'm going to ask her, so, oh gosh, what's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? Lyrei, what do you feel like we can do for you? What can we do to solve this problem? And I'm going to continue to walk all the way around to this point.
While you're doing that, she's giving you kind of a strange, like, literally, like, what are you doing type of look. I don't know. You guys are making me
driving me crazy with it. I know. I don't even know where Tristan went.
I think he got stuck in the void.
Probably.
I went into the darkness.
You know what? I'm not even going to bring you out. Dang it.
Oh, that would be great.
So she responds with, I don't know. I thought everything would be lifted. The curse or whatever would be lifted, but you can look out the window right now, and the gloom is still out there. I don't know what to do. And there's shadows moving around like it's possibly everybody's still undead or whatever's going on with them.
Hey, it sounds like this book is the source of our problems. Can you tell me, do you know where this book is?
I tried searching for it when I was still living here. I don't know.
Where is this? Where did he spend the most time reading it?
In the library.
Where is that? Is that downstairs?
No, it's right around the corner. So, she said it's right next door.
So, this other room. Okay.
Yeah.
So, she says that. I go, all right, why don't we go back into the library, and the four of us will search around and see if we can find this book and possibly put it into all this evil. Are you with me?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna step here.
Actually, roll a.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Roll a persuasion check with advantage because you've been very cordial up to this point. But you have to convince her. This is why I'm making you roll like that, because you've been cordial at this point, but you have to convince her to work with the other two turds. So,
my first one.
The other two turds.
Yeah, that's better. 15.
I lowered the DC, so she takes a deep breath and she sets down the little stuffed animal that she had, and almost looks like a kind of a little bit of a ragged doll, like somebody sewed it together for her. And she sets it down in her bed, and then she stands up and says,
as soon as she stands up, I grab this candle. I actually take 2 or 3 steps over here just to look around.
roll another wisdom. Either wisdom? No. Yeah, wisdom check.
I can't get rid of this animation. It takes forever. Oh, good lord.
That's a 5.
So the first time when you rolled the wisdom, you had this eerie feeling, but you couldn't really lock in on it. This time, like, you don't really feel uneasy, like maybe whatever possibly could have been there might have left, but
right.
With such a low roll, you can't say for sure.
Yeah. What I'm going to say to her is, if we come across your father again, you feel like you could speak to him, you feel like you could prevent us from having to fight.
You think he's really alive?
I think some part of him's in there. It has to be.
All right. Yes, I'll try. If he recognizes me, I don't know what's happened to him, so I don't know.
We'll be there to step in if we have to, but feel almost as if we were to be able to destroy this book or find some counter spell in this book that maybe we could bring your father back. I don't know. I say this as I'm trying to walk her out.
Okay.
As soon as I step through the threshold, I tell these guys, all right, boys, she's willing to work with us. She's willing to help us. We're going to go look for this book. What?
No, not you.
Oh.
Ben Dane was acting terrible.
I'll kind of go step in the doorway in front of her so she doesn't, like, she's behind me.
Oh, okay.
And I'll kind of relay everything, if they didn't hear much. Relay everything they kind of said to me, or she said to me, especially about the book. And then I said, we're going to go explore the library and find out if we can find something. But if the Baron comes out, Lyrei is going to try to talk to him first and see if she can talk him down. We have to step in, we will. Kristen, can you bless her if we get to that point? Can you give her a boost of some of your abilities?
I mean,
sounds good. All right, let's go. You sound confident. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
She walks up to the door and
I'm gonna let her open it.
Yeah, she walks up to the door and she thought it would be locked, but it's not. So she turns the knob and slowly opens it just to make sure that nothing's in there and reveal this. So it's a little bit dark in there, but you can sort of see. So she walks in, see a little bit of shadows. So she walks in to her side. She flips on the gas, which ignites a bunch of gas lights around the area. And as you step in, it's like almost floor to ceiling, starting from almost the entrance to the left, and then up, and then slightly over. All of that is just full of books, all bookcases full of books. And on the right side of the library, just all the way down, just tons and tons of books. Just to the left is a big old cushiony, like two people could sit in, almost like a love seat that two people could just sit in and read books. And then in a little bit above, slightly off center above that, is a table with 4 chairs that people could sit down and read and study.
Gotcha.
So, if you're looking for something specific, which would be,
Yes.
I assume...
We're looking for a secret opening, a book that's out of place, something that would open up a secret compartment could possibly have this.
Okay, that would be an investigation check, whoever wants to roll.
Nope, wrong one.
I'll give him a hand if it gives him advantage. Oh, well, I guess he doesn't need it, does he?
I rolled a 20 for investigation.
Yeah.
Did you
Okay.
forget what... Why'd you roll insight?
Well, the like animation of the dice was in the way, and I saw an eye, and I clicked on it, and it was insight, not investigation.
So all around you are just tons of books. Mostly they're historical books of the area. There are historical and topics of further out areas. So a lot of those books are that. There are some fantasy tales, theoretical books, recipes, and some... and actually on the table, there's some not so current events on the table. So if you just kind of like what's going on in the world, so you at least glean from that there is publication that goes out across at least certain areas. But with the 20, there are... I am echoing. No, I'm not. Okay.
I heard it too.
Yeah. There are at least 4 books that seem to be special. That seem to be out of all these books that you've kind of gone through, that you kind of start just picking books, and you just happen to pick at least 4 books that you've noticed that are quite unique above all the others. So one is called the Tome...
Necronomicon.
Yep. You found it. There you go. Dark hold my butt. It's Necronomicon. The Tome of Alchemical Recipes, since these are all in... Pretty much all of them are in Elvish. You can read them, Bending. So the Tome of Alchemical Recipes. There's the Tome of the Savvy Tongue. There is a Cooking Techniques from the Famous Chefs of Aethera. And Book of Nature.
These stick out as different?
So the Tome of So the Tome of Alchemical Recipes, it has a flask and other chemical tools in the cover. It's leather bound with gold bindings and some green gems attached. I cannot give you any further information unless you take a short rest with these books. The Tome of the Savvy Tongue shows a person talking to others on the cover. It is also leather bound with silver bindings and rose quartz spotted on the cover. Cooking techniques from the famous chefs of Aether. This one, you realize that this region calls the planet that name, so the name that they go by is Aethera for the planet. It mentions the city of Ethelvelisvan, the floating city.
Spell that for me.
ETH.
Exactly like it sounds.
IL. V as in Victor. ELIS. V as in Victor. AN. Ethelvelisvan.
Gotcha.
The floating city of Laethalan, the country of dragons, the grand tribes of the lakes, the vast empire of the Mavruthi, and the eastern city of Cetrobren, or Cetrobren. It has tons and tons of recipes in it. The book is paper-bound, thick and tough. It seems to be enchanted to endure from damage. There's just a simple string that binds it together with some leather bindings. So like the paper itself, it's like a paperback, not a hardcover like the other two. So it's like the leather is kind of bendy.
Are there any recipes that include rabbit?
There are quite a few recipes that you suck. Yes, have to deal with rabbits. Just all types of. It mentions a lot of different ingredients that, if one was a chef or just kind of practicing, you've never heard of some of these ingredients. So most likely they would be found on Aethera or whatever this planet is. And then, that's all I can
Ben
tell
gives that book to Lachlan because he's an actual chef.
Okay.
I'm very excited to see it.
Just take special note of these rabbit recipes.
And done.
And then the Book of Nature. It's got a nice green and brown kind of hues. There's different types of foliage, trees and shrubs on the cover, and it's got emeralds throughout different areas of the cover, and that's all I
You say
can
emeralds.
talk about.
When you say emeralds on these books, are you referring to like it's a physical emerald, like
It is
something
a
I could pick up
literal-
and put in my pocket?
If you plucked it from there, yes. But
Okay.
If you were a thieving thief.
I was just asking logistically. It's only 3 of these books have emeralds or like gems on them. The cooking one didn't.
cooking one didn't. It looked more like a paperback cooking. What are those people?
It has like bits of stew stuck to the cover.
No. Well, maybe little spurts of like.
It's been
guess,
well
splattering
used.
oil or whatever. But it has just a collection of tons of recipes from, obviously, from those different cities. So somebody had traveled. It looks like somebody had traveled and collected different recipes from those different areas. And just
This is
put 'em
more of a
together.
homemade book than like something that's widely published.
So to speak, yes.
Okay.
Like somebody adventured for a while and then settled down.
Collected a bunch of recipes.
Yeah, exactly.
I am going to sit down.
Okay.
Move my guy. This cooking book.
Join Ben Dane on the sofa.
And I am I'm good. I'm good.
Should we take a short rest and kind of read over all of these books and glean what we
Yes.
can from?
I want
I-
to spend some time, and I'm
I'll
positioning myself over there so I can see the door.
The amount of time it would take to go through all of those books, if you want to, at some point, you have found these books. If you want to take a short rest, you can.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Lachlan, you are going to read through the cooking book?
Yeah, since I am savvy with cooking, I want to understand if there's things that are. I'm going to try to put something together here. Something about this book, the reason we pulled it off the shelf. Is there places that come out on me? Is it specifically like the recipes are weird? I mean, obviously they're weird, but like.
So, real quick, just so you remember that whatever effects go into place during a short rest, you can take advantage of those, like using up a hit die to recover if you have taken any damage. And then back to the book. Now, it doesn't look important, but spending the amount of time that you did, you now have the chef feat.
Cool.
So like your feet have bunions.
Sweet.
Yes.
Cool.
That's exactly it. I guess if we're taking the short rest in here, I'm gonna sit over in the corner and take this sword in.
Okay. But yeah, I will at
Oh
least
yeah,
give
Ben
you this.
Dane will also like. Wait, on a short rest, we can identify like our new swords, right? Yeah.
Yes, you can identify stuff. Well, it depends. Or no, you're right. You're right. You can identify stuff a little bit. Lachlan, I'll give you this. So you get the chef feat for a whole day.
That's it. Boo.
You're literally a chef every day.
But you can I mean, whatever the chef effect gives you, you get that for a whole day, and it doesn't stop. I probably shouldn't have told you that, but if you continue to read the book, you can continue to gain advantage of the chef feat, but you have to wait a whole day to get the chef feat back, and you have to take a short rest to do it. Tristan, since you got since you said it first, the you
like
keep
the
on
evil laughter here.
You keep on hearing the sound of like stab, just don't stop stabbing, and then these words come into your head eventually, and you're pretty sure the name of this short sword is called the Never Stop Stabbing Stabber.
Oh, good.
Stabby McStab face.
I was.
Somebody spent some time thinking of this.
And and you can tell that there's actually more to this short sword than just the whole something talking to you and just the kind of the boost to your attack and damage for the short sword. That's all I'm going to give you right now. Ben Dane, you start just going over this long sword, kind of just twirling it around, seeing about it, and then you hear something in your head, but it's like you don't recognize the sounds that are coming at you. It's almost like somebody is talking to you, but you don't recognize the language, if it is even a language. Do you at all happen to speak or understand Primordial?
Primordial? I don't think so. Let me double check, but I'm relatively sure I do not. Nope, just common and Elvish.
Okay. Well, at some point, this thing starts speaking to you, and you're just staring at the jewel or the gem in the hilt, and all of a sudden you just start to feel cold, and it looks like almost the blade itself, you see it kind of, what's the best way? It almost looks like it's sucking the heat out of the area around you, or just around the sword right now, and it almost looks like your gauntlet is starting to ice over, and then at that point in time, it just kind of goes back, and it just stops. After this language or whatever is speaking to you stops, the whole thing just stops too, like the effect that was having. But there's it's identified. So there is a word that keeps on popping up, and that word was glasses, or glacis. GLACIS. And
Okay.
you know at least that it is a +1 longsword, and it has something to do with cold or ice or something.
Right on.
Yeah.
So I hear this voice in my head. Yes.
Correct. It's not all
Can
the time.
I-
It's just usually when you most of the time is when you unsheath the blade, or when you're pointing it at somebody. It's not all the time.
Can I communicate with it?
You don't know.
Can I try?
During your short rest,
Just basically like thinking in my head, like while I'm hearing the back and forth, I'm like, can you say anything else? Can you? Is there some intelligence here, or is it all murder, death, kill?
I'm trying to think of what.
It's like if you don't trust me, or you think I can't handle it. I don't know what to tell this thing. If it can even understand me.
I had to look up the skills. I guess try an Arcana check.
Oh, this is going to be poor. Oh, well, no, 20. I only have a +1.
Dude, how?
Our rolls tonight have been pretty off the chain.
Legit.
Bendane has
I didn't
rolled
know.
over 20 3 times. Tristan has rolled a 20 twice.
It's just one of those nights. I'm gonna say, okay. So when you try to speak to it, you try to speak to it multiple times, and when you're talking, depending on if you want to whisper or whatever, like the people in the room kind of glance at you, like, what is he doing? You can surmise that this is just an unintelligible, not even consciousness. It's like, it almost feels like watching any of those ghost hunter shows where it's like the I forget what it's called, where it's like the quote unquote ghost repeats the same thing over and over again, like every night. It just does the same movement, like it's like an apparition that has the same routine that it does every night. It doesn't interact with anybody. It doesn't stop what it's doing to look at anybody. It just does the same thing every night. And that's what it feels like. It just feels like this thing has like one goal, and one goal is just to stab. It almost feels like the original creator of it had that intent, and so somehow it bled into the blade itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. There's another weapon that sort of has a similar sort of analog to it in D&D 5e. So I think I have a good idea of what this is similar to. Makes sense to me.
Okay.
So, I mean, after I'm done, like, since everyone kind of like kept glancing at me, I'm like, yeah, no, the sword's dumb as a rock. Doesn't understand a word I'm saying. It just whispers in my head, and I'd imagine compels me to stab things, as you so wonderfully surmised, Bendane.
His hand starts to raise again.
Oh, I don't need the sword to tell me to stab you.
So we didn't
All right.
find the book we're necessarily looking for, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You did not.
Correct. To the bookstore.
Eat a little weed, as the little Batman style transition.
And I will add this: Lyrei the whole time was just kind of giving you side looks, both you and Bendane.
Oh, because we stole the swords.
Yeah,
Yep.
we don't have time for her.
Hey, don't judge me, woman.
After reading his book for a little bit, I look at Lyrei and say, is there any way of any clue where in here could have been hidden? Anything secretive, anything opens, anything that give us some idea as to what to find? Does anything look out of place?
She
She's like, those two swords look out of place.
I can think of something. Stare. She just shakes her head while she looks around. I can't see anything that would be out of place. I know Nyx would do a lot of stuff for my father. His
Who?
Nyx?
Where can we find him?
I don't know. He disappeared quite some time ago. When all the things were happening with after my father got the book, he disappeared. But his quarters were downstairs in the basement. They were as close as brothers, but Nyx, he had this weird thing where he would help, but he refused to be. I don't know. He was a strange man. He was very loyal and honorable, but he wouldn't take up a guest room. When we built the house, he preferred to be treated more like a butler than a brother. It was kind of a weird relationship, but he was really kind to me. But his quarters were downstairs in the basement. We passed it when we went down there. Did you all want to go down there and see?
I think at some point we should, but maybe we should explore more of the rooms. Are one of these rooms your father's room? His bedroom.
Yes, it's right around. It's right around the corner. I can show you that.
I say we go and look for it. I think that would be a good idea. Maybe that will give us another clue. Maybe there'll be something in there that'll tell us, or maybe it's hidden in there.
Okay. She hesitates, but then with your persuasion, she decides to follow your lead and see what might be hidden in her father's room.
All right, Bendane, take the door down to splinters.
I can just open the door.
No, I'm kidding.
So she checks the door and it just happens to be unlocked. Usually, after some time, it would be unlocked, and then she didn't know if it would be locked, and so she just happened to have the spare keys with her. So she unlocks the door and turns the knob. As she does, she slowly opens the door, and you can see she's holding her breath, and she doesn't want to go in, but she kind of like, from your encouragement, Lachlan, she believes she has to face the fact that all of this has happened, her father is dead, and then as the door opens up, you all, not just her, start to hear this voice, and it's similar but different from the voice that you've heard before. It almost sounds like the Baron that you destroyed as it was coming up the steps. Hey friends, thank you to Brian Sanishyn, BrianSanysHyn, for the intro and outro. Find him on Fiverr and his website. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. Like and subscribe. We are also on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast, and Amazon Music. Send us an email of NPC names, items, or ideas at fantasyfriendspc@gmail.com. That is fantasyfriends, P as in puppy, C as in cat, @gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and please tell everyone you can about the podcast. We do not pay to advertise, and we don't have a whole lot of money to spend on advertisement. So please go and tell the person that will tell everybody else, hey, listen to Fantasy Friends, the podcast, now. And then they will tell everybody because they talk to everybody all the time, always. And the next episode should be up in about 2 or 3 weeks. All right? Bye.